That crash probably seemed like it happened in the blink of an eye. That car or semi came out of nowhere. You fell before you even realized it was slippery. Injuries can happen before you even realize you're in danger. And then almost immediately the calls start. Insurance company adjusters are hounding you for a recorded statement. The doctor or hospital wants to know how your bills are going to get paid. And your boss, he probably wants to know when you're going to come back to work. And you're left dealing with pain, medical appointments, missed work, poor sleep, and an insurance claim process that feels way more complicated than it needs to be. If you're looking for a Whitehall personal injury lawyer after a car crash, trucking accident, farm or other work accident, or just a trip and fall in Trempealeau County, you need to understand that Wisconsin personal injury claims are controlled by various rules, deadlines, auto accident laws, premises liability statutes, trucking regulations, and insurance procedures. What you do early on can make a huge difference in your case going forward. I'm Craig Steger. I'm a personal injury attorney with more than 20 years of experience handling serious injury cases, including taking trials against big insurance companies and corporations. Here are 3 things you should know after a personal injury in Whitehall. First, you don't have to give a recorded statement to any insurance company before speaking with a lawyer. You especially don't need to give a statement to the other driver or business owner's insurance company. Insurance adjusters are trained to make recorded statements sound routine or unavoidable. They may say that your claim can't go forward unless they get your story. But if you're in pain, on medication, recovering from surgery, or just confused and overwhelmed, a recorded statement can create problems later on. You may not yet know the full extent of your injuries. Your doctors may not even know. You may not know if there was witnesses to the accident and what they saw and heard, or whether there was video that captured some or all of what happened. You may not yet know if there was a defective condition or recalled product that contributed to the accident. You also may not know whether there was some safety or trucking rule that was violated. And you may also not know whose insurance company is responsible and whether their policy provides coverage. So before you give a recorded statement, make sure you understand who's asking for it, which insurance company they represent, and whether you're legally required to give it. Second, if you can, photograph and document the scene as soon as possible, or have someone do that for you. This is especially important when the injuries involve some sort of temporary condition. If you fell on ice, it gets salted or it just melts. That broken step that had been unrepaired for so long, suddenly it gets repaired. Wet floors get mopped. Cars get moved, repaired, or just lost. Farm machinery gets moved or repaired. A dangerous condition that is obvious today may be gone tomorrow. So if you can do it safely, try to take photos and video from multiple angles. Try to show the exact condition that caused or contributed to the injury. That includes the surrounding area, any vehicle damage on machinery or equipment, license plates, any names, logos, or signage on the side of vehicles. Try to capture pictures of any skid marks, debris on the roads, warning signs or lack of signs, lighting, weather conditions, the condition of the floors, stairs, handrails, anything that might help explain to someone else later on exactly what happened. If you can, get names and phone numbers for any witnesses and try to write down exactly what happened in your own words while it is still fresh in your mind. Don't wait weeks or months to do that. Also, remember that there may have been surveillance video that captured some of what happened. It could be a nearby gas station, other business, or maybe someone's home. If that video is not preserved immediately, it can get deleted or recorded over. In a Whitehall personal injury claim, video evidence can be the difference between a strong case and one that the insurance company just denies outright. And third, and perhaps most important, get medical attention and follow your doctor's recommendations. This is not the time to just tough it out. Delaying treatment can not only hurt your health, it can also hurt your case. So get checked out. Tell the medical providers what hurts. Now, don't exaggerate your symptoms, but also don't minimize or downplay them either. If it's your neck that hurts, make sure you tell them your neck hurts. If it's your back, which part of your back and what kinds of things make it worse. If it's your shoulder, knees, head, hips, ribs, anything that hurts, make sure that you let them know, even if some of your injuries seem worse than others. If your symptoms get worse over the next few days, report that too. If there's any activities that you're not doing or can only do with pain, make sure you let them know that. Some injuries are pretty obvious right away, while others become more clear after the shock wears off over hours or days or sometimes even weeks. So follow the treatment plan. Go to your appointments, do the therapy if therapy is recommended, do the home exercises, and don't stop midway through therapy if you start to feel better. Follow up with any specialist that they refer you to. Insurance companies love delays. They look for gaps in treatment, any missed doctor's appointments. They'll look for any excuse to argue that you weren't really hurt, or if you were, it was minor and you recovered pretty quickly. Good medical care protects your health and creates that important documentation needed to prove later on what exactly this injury did to your life. And if the injury eventually becomes fatal, you need to speak with a wrongful death lawyer quickly, because different Wisconsin rules apply and deadlines are different. After a serious injury in Whitehall or anywhere in Trempealeau County, the important thing is to know your rights early on and to speak with an attorney that can help answer your questions. If you have questions after a serious injury in Whitehall or the surrounding areas, please talk to an attorney as soon as possible. The consultations are free. And if you want to understand what happens next, just watch the next video on the screen or one of the pinned videos below, where I explain the entire process of a Wisconsin personal injury claim from start to finish.